Well, howdy folks. Welcome back to another great adventure. We're headed out to find a dump truck today and see if it'll drive home. Funny enough, I didn't buy this thing even though it's a greasy old International. I actually got Nick to buy it. He had a little more disposable income than I did, so we'll get out there and see what she looks like and, well, hopefully it makes it back. Well, she's a runner. She just needed a snort of ether this morning, and ever since we've gotten it to stay running. The big issue we've had is the dump bed was stuck up. The top cylinder in that telescoping ram, it got stuck. So we had to put two come-alongs on either side of the bed and put tension on it until it finally come down the rest of the way. This yard here says no like videography or photos or anything, so I'm trying not to, you know, make anybody angry, but yeah, they'll be back in just a second and we're gonna try and get this thing out of here. Don't get your hopes up, I'm not driving it. I'm just sitting here making sure this Detroit doesn't die while I'm waiting for them to get back. So yeah, fun times. We'll see if she'll make it home. It's about 30 miles, so it's gonna be fun. It's up a ways. Holy mackerel, there she is. I just ran everybody home, so I just got back and yeah. Oh my God, this thing is greasy. I can't believe it drove all the way here. This thing is awesome. So I may or may not have mentioned it. It's a 75 International Fleetstar 2070A. I showed you the 671 under there. That thing is awesome. It actually runs pretty decent. You can tell it idles. It's got kind of a lope. It's always searching. I don't know what's up with that. This thing needs a little tuning up. And it's been off the road since... Oh, we lost some trash. It's been off the road since 94. Yeah, it's been off the road since 1994. So, yeah, she needs a little help, but, you know, that's all right. This truck was last on the road when my Power Stroke was brand new. That's fine. That taillight actually works. That one does not, believe it or not. We had to throw chains on her to back her up this far up the driveway so it was out of the way. And once the rest of the snow is gone, hopefully, eventually, we can get it more out of the way. Man, is this thing amazing. That battery's junk. We had to jump start it every time. You can see just how much this Detroit is drooling out of the exhaust. Oh yeah. Holy cow. That freaking air seat actually works. This thing's kind of surprising that it actually holds air, the brakes worked and everything. We did have an issue driving home. You might hear it in some of the videos. There's a loud air hissing. And what happened was the governor's not really working on the air compressor, so it was building way too much air pressure. And so it'd blow off on the air tanks on the driver's side over there. And it'd blow it off until it got down to like 85 PSI, which is kind of a danger zone when, you know, it's getting that low. It's kind of like, that's very nervous. But the valve had shut, and then it'd build air back way back up. It's not right at all. We definitely probably should not have tried to drive this home. But we did, and we made it. So, you know, it works. That's fine. These twin sticks are weird as hell. You can see the main's all the way over there, and your auxiliary's all the way over here, which is whack. They're so spaced out and like weird to shift, I guess. I don't know. Somebody fandangled the air horn off the top of this thing. Ew. You can see it comes with some landscaping. Yeah, this bed is worn out. This thing's pretty much junk by now. You can see it's all washboarded and it's worn out there in the back. When we got there, this telescopic lift ram for the dump bed was stuck up the way it was when I first showed you in the video. And yeah, we can get it to, it would pick up further, but it wouldn't go down all the way. What happened was it lifted to the end of the smallest cylinder, and that got like filled with water or something, and then it pretty much got stuck there in that up position, which is, you know, not cool. You can't really drive them with the bed up. So we had to get a couple come-alongs and basically pull the bed down. And it came down nice and slow once it finally broke free. So I'm pretty sure that ram just got ice in it or something. These Fleetstars are kind of neat. The doors are the same as a pickup. So like they're the same as my like stepside or my Travelettes or anything, which is kind of wild to think about. And I think the windshield is the same, which is weird. Obviously the dash is different. Like it's got the doghouse. Like these trucks are so interesting. How International made them. Whack, like angle cuts on the stack. This is probably the thing that I was the most excited about, and I actually tried to buy this thing first. I put the first bid in on it, and when it got bid out of my price range, I showed it to Nick and told him he should probably look at it, and then lo and behold, he bought it. But I've been after a set of these mud flaps for a while because the Carrington Company was our local International Harvester dealership up here in Alaska for a long time, and they went out of, well, they didn't go out of business. They got bought out in around 1977. And then they were another company until 1981, and then got wiped off the face of the earth. So that's kind of a cool piece, being that these are probably original from 1975. And yeah, I really like the Carrington Company, and I've got like tons of information on them, but I don't have a set of mud flaps yet until now. This thing has such a myriad of tires. I should show you those, but I'm not going to, because you shouldn't look at those tires. They're not good. It's an actual Heil bed, which is kind of neat. Sucks it's junk. Came from our local, one of the local like lumber yards up here, which is pretty rad. Made in Alaska. Something's up with this the front drive axle. Something's up with it, because it doesn't drive this axle at all. It only drives through that axle, which is doesn't bode well for this front axle, and probably not safe, but way of the road, buddy. The old Detroit, it just needed a snort to start this morning, and I don't think we had to give it any after that. The truck did die at one point. It was idling, and it just idled down and died. And we topped off the fuel filters and gave it another snort of ether, and it came back to life. Haven't had an issue with it since. It fires back up pretty mint, actually, which is pretty surprising for the way this truck looks. Like, good Lord, this thing is greasy. S-cam. I love the steering wheel. This thing's rad. It sucks this dash is taken apart. The plate's right here for it, though. So at least we have that. Can put everything back together on it. Make her mint again. This thing's surprisingly in okay shape and could actually come back around, which is impressive. So yeah, still holding air in the front. It's been sitting here for like maybe an hour and a half now, so I don't know. It's got air leaks, but they're not that bad, I guess. Anyways, man, this thing's neat. The front shutters actually work. They'll open up when this thing runs out of air pressure, and then when you fire it back up, they close again, which is pretty wild. But yeah, anyways, there's kind of an adventure. Old 671 and twin sticks got us home. Kind of surprising. She'll be sitting here for a little while. We'll kind of tuck it back in the row here, kind of out of the way, and who knows, do some work with it maybe. I don't know, do something with it, look at it, start up the old chew stroke and give her some beans every now and then, listen to her purr. Anywho, thank you guys for following. It was a fun time. Sorry I didn't get a lot of information and whatnot, but well, just enjoy the two-stroke noises and we'll call it a day.